kind of on convo on the couch, not really. We're just looking out over Comican Beach, which is absolutely beautiful today.
Yes.
And it's one of the reasons we're all decided to stand for councils to keep the beaches and our environment looking like this.
Yeah, keep it the nature coast.
Keep it the natural coast.
Yeah.
So you were talking today about housing.
Yeah, with development, not stopping development, but being more sustainable and with development. So working with what we have topographically.
Oh.
Is the word? Yeah. And we're not stopping the progress. We're going to move forward with it, but in a sustainable and thinking way.
Yeah.
So
being clever about it, rather than just saying we've got to develop, so we'll just fair felt land willy nilly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we know that we're growing, so we do need to adapt.
Right.
But we need to be smart about it.
Yeah. That's one of the things, isn't it? Because we need to think about where to develop. I think that's an important thing with all of this. Just because we've got land which is operational doesn't mean we need to develop on that. It might mean that we need to be talking to developers in perhaps more built-up areas about what they can do to build up, build development there. Yeah, I think that's really important. And we've also got a Willy Wagtail who is got their own opinions about the so that's an important thing that we're.
Yeah, it was a good topic we had at the public forum today.
Yeah.
Good response, I reckon. So but I think we're mainly.
How did the public respond? What was the?
Oh, I had some claps on the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a couple of messages, some direct messages.
Yeah.
And yet they were all for it. Just knowing that we're not stopping development.
Yeah.
They understand that we're going to go about it in a more sustainable and progressive way.
Yeah.
So not stopping development, we're all for it.
Yeah.
Just think about it in a more rational way.
So Matt, do you have any in your work, your networks, do you have any ideas about what could be done here that happens in other places?
Well, I was discussing with someone about little villages. Well, I've had talked about it before, about having little communities based around the Eurobodalla to take out to free up rentals in the more highly dense areas.
Yeah.
And starting miniature communities like villages, like in the UK, there's little villages. So I thought that's the way to go. And I think Tweed Heads have been doing this practice. So I think we might be able to bring that to the Eurobodalla because they're kind of the same kind of landscape as us.
And same kind of pressure, I think, too. Kind of a beautiful spot, and trying to balance that against everyone.
That's right. Yeah.
One of the things that really gets me annoyed with, especially the public access forums, ones that you were at, was that in fact we can't see what Matt had to say now.
Yeah.
That video and that Zoom has gone.
There's no recording.
No recording at all.
Yeah.
I think that's really wrong because that information that you gave that was really important, and no one can share it.
Yeah.
That's right. It's just all going to be word of mouth now.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but it's what we have to do, isn't it? Just get out there and spruik the good word.
I
We'd
think
like
also
to change that though.
I think that's the thing. Change it. Yes, I think if we don't change it, we aren't really serving our community well. Because I think, in fact, what we need to be doing is actually making sure that people can become more involved and can hear from other community members about what they're thinking, what they're wanting.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just you, Matt. There was Lade Parker from the Beagle who gave a very kind of amusing speech about how valued the Beagle is at the council by the councillors, and also by Bernie O'Neill from ABE.
Yeah.
And once again, we've lost all of that. If you weren't there, you can't hear what
I'm so disappointed that I didn't hear any of. That was the thing that I was like, where's the link? How do I get on? And it was already over too. It was a bit tricky for working people to when I could have settled down and eaten my dinner and watched it tonight or something.
Yeah.
Lunchtime viewing.
And I think we need to make it easier for people to attend the public meetings. So at the moment, the public access is a different day from the council meeting.
That's right.
And so it used to be before COVID that they're on the same day.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, if people find it difficult to get to the chambers, that's a big ask. You know, if they want to do a presentation and then go to the council meeting the following week. So
I can't also understand why the briefings have to be completely confidential. There might be some times when you need some confidential stuff.
Yeah.
But that should be rare.
Yeah.
And actually in the legislation it's meant to be rare.
Okay.
But I can't see why those briefings can't be mainly public. That we do hear from the staff the types of things that are going to go up at the next meeting and some of the reasons for it, and perhaps some of the debate that goes around the table.
Yeah.
I think that's actually something we need to be pushing.
Yeah. And that's yes, that transparency and
Exactly.
also it makes the councillors and council accountable to the community.
Well, there's a great sort of question for you, Dave. You're our mayoral candidate. Can the mayor change that? Can the mayor say, look, this is what we want to do and this is how we're going to do things from now on?
What we need, the mayor can do lots of things, but the mayor needs support from the councillors as well.
Right.
So the first thing we need to be doing is getting a council which shares our wish to have accountability, have transparency, and have honesty.
Yeah.
We're talking about those things now.
Yeah.
You know, we need to have a council where you can go there, you can hear what the councillors are thinking, you can hear some of the debate that's going on, you can actually understand what's happening.
Yeah.
I think also we need to be looking at things like, for instance, the mayor can kind of give an idea of how we want the council to go. So if the mayor is being open, honest and transparent, then it's going to be harder for the council to say, oh no, we don't want to be that.
Yeah.
So it's important for me as the mayor to show how I can be accountable, how that I am honest, and that what I say is what you'll see.
Yeah.
Transparency.
Yeah.
So they're the types of things which the mayor can do and lead by example. As I said though, unless we have a council which also wants to do that, it's going to be very difficult for the mayor to then come push.
Yeah.
I think also what the mayor does is also lead by example to the staff.
Yeah.
If the mayor is saying this is what we want, then the staff will also be wanting to do that as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's the other important thing, that the mayor can actually be an example to the staff. This is how we're going to do business from now on, and then much more easy for the staff to follow that example.
Yeah.
Does that make some sense?
Questions for the mayor? Anybody? Questions?
As a mayor,
Yeah.
well, not just, well, I suppose this is for all of us. What's your vision for the Uradella?
I want to see
Dorothy Dixon.
Actually, it's not.
I like that.
It's
No,
actually
a lot of
really
people-
hard to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's often what happens is I can give lots of easy words.
Yeah.
And that's where the Dorothy Dixon comes in.
And
Yeah.
that sort of motherhood statement says more to it than that.
Exactly. And I think that's where it becomes hard. It's actually how do I talk about the vision without looking like I'm just being glib?
Yeah.
So how do I do that? Firstly, I want a shire which is thriving. And that means we need things like development very important. We need to have the right jobs here, jobs which are actually meet with the kind of ethos which I think the shire wants. We want a place which is clean and green. We want a place where those kind of jobs meld into here. We don't want heavy industry here. I don't think I'm asking for that. That's not the point I'm trying to make. We need jobs which fit into this environment. We need jobs which are well paying. We need to start to think about that. How do we actually bring in clever jobs? Jobs which are long term, are stable, and are well paying. We need to do that. And that's one of the jobs I think the council can do. We can talk to the state governments, we can talk to federal governments, we can talk to private industry about how do we bring those jobs here, and where do we put them. So that starts to give us a thriving council. I think we need to be looking at making sure that all voices are heard. Too often, in councils and governments as well, is it's the loudest voice that gets heard, the most influential one.
Yeah.
I've been working my whole life, and for most of it in this shire, with people from all walks of life, including those who have learnt from a very early age, your voice is not heard. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I think we can actually be a council where every voice is heard and everyone feels that they can be heard if they wish to.
Yes.
We need to be doing that in terms of making sure that we, well, one way of doing that is actually having council meetings, not just in Maria, but elsewhere, so people can come to it. And as you said earlier on, most people here work.
Yeah.
And you can't come to a council meeting at 9:30 in the morning because you're working.
Yeah.
That's what we need to be doing, is having some council meeting between the late afternoon or even evening, so that working people can come and actually listen and be involved.
Yeah.
With the voices of people who have learnt not to, that their voices aren't heard, that's a much more difficult ask.
Yeah.
That means I think that we as a Labor team, including council, would be doing a lot of work actually going out to those people, listening to those people, saying, we want to hear your voice. The time has come where your voice will be heard.
Yeah.
So we might need to go to places where councils aren't usually there, actually start to talk to them, hear their voice, listen to them rather than us talk to them.
Yeah.
So does that make some sense?
So your experience in community services, like, the reason that I am excited for you to be mayor is because of your experience in reaching out to all of those different people, but also your acknowledgement that you don't know everything and we don't know everything. So we want to form those connections back to those community services that are out there, and go, what can council do? How do we access those people? Well, there's some great organisations out there, and I know you have those contacts to sort of go, this is where we fit, where do you guys fit, and how can we get that message out that we do want to listen to those people, and how can we help? And what are achievable projects? What are things that we can do as a community for everyone in our community? So that's what I'm excited about.
I agree. I think that's leads to humility, that in fact we don't know everything. There are groups in the community who know a lot more about things that we should know about. What we need to be doing is, instead of waiting for them to come to us, we go to them. And if we start to do that, I think what we will find is, firstly, we get a thriving shire, we get a happier shire. We actually get everyone meeting their potential. And there's a lot of potential here.
There is.
And we need to meet that.
And I think the opportunity to be accessible to the community means a lot to me. And I know that's why we're all running the council, and to truly represent people to council. And that's our role. And yes, it's a privilege to be elected to an office where you are representing the community. And so, as you say, we don't have all the answers, but we're certainly, our priority is to be cooperative and collaborative. And I love it.
They're really good words.
And
I think they're not just words. I think all of us around here have learned how to do that. And I certainly think, certainly as mayor, most of my working life has been working how to be cooperative, how to collaborate with people. I see competition as really good when you're playing games, but it doesn't really work very well when you're trying to kind of get a community working together. So I'm hoping that the council that I lead, if I was mayor, is one which is marked by collaboration and cooperation rather than competition.
Awesome.
And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Once again, going on to thing like Tatiara Crescent, like Dalmini, there's now a similar kind of thing happening at Kuros.
Yes, I saw that.
And at Bali.
Yeah.
Once again, we go back to that type of thing. Working, I would work as mayor, but also hoping as council that those voices are regularly heard
Yes.
and are sought after, not heard because they are screamingly mad because the value part of their environment being left apart. So I think that's what we need to be doing too, is make sure those small voices are heard because they're actually important voices.
They live in those communities.
Exactly.
And it's scary how those, we've got Browley, now Dalmy, and now Churros.
Yeah.
It's just again and again, it's nearly every week it seems. We're having another example of the community not being moved and being scared. I mean, they talked about grief at the Browley protest, grieving for what's going on, and it's just, we feel like our heart's been torn out by the Black Summer bushfires. We've been kicked in the guts by COVID, and now this is happening, and it's really breaking people.
Well, my daughter's the same. She
frustration.
She grew up in Bali. And so much of her childhood and adolescence was full of memories of Bali. One of those memories is actually running through the bush with her mates, kind of having adventures there. And she said to me when she heard about it that she was close to tears and she was shaking. Because suddenly part of her history just been ripped apart. And that's not how we should be doing this.
And I think that raises an important issue, and that is, how do we live with nature, instead of dominating nature? Because,
how do we do it better?
Yes, that's right.
Everyone keeps saying we don't want to become the North Coast, and I keep saying we are the South Coast, so how do we stay the nature coast or the South Coast, but how do we do it better? There are examples like you've spoken about. That's what we want to be chasing down and putting forward to the people, because I feel that's what they want to hear. A plan forward, a plan to do this.
There are ways, but they're a lot more time consuming to get organised. But the payoff in the long run is a lot better than the quick short buck.
So I suppose that's right. It is very quick. Everything's very quick, isn't it?
That's right.
And,
but if we get all our ducks in a row and knock it out,
it can be done.
It can be done. Yes, that's right. But again, it's costly in the fact that it takes time. And there's a lot of research that goes into it. But it's future proofing the area. People come here for a reason. They don't come here for a concrete jungle.
I think the other thing too about that, what does make it more lengthy, the kind of process we're talking about, is the collaboration and cooperation stuff. It means that you have to listen to people. You have to give them a chance to talk it through. But you need to work out how you can take those people with you. The way we're seeing this has happened to Bali and those other Chauvel and Armenia, is what happens is they're not being taken with them. So they don't understand. They feel that they're voiceless. They feel, and that makes you angry. And that's what we're saying.
And I think that's right. It's the people are feeling powerless because they're seeing all this, and they have no say. They can't do anything. What's going to happen? What is this?
So the fires we were powerless. COVID, the pandemic, we were powerless, and that's what it is. Maureen, you've nailed it. That's. And to, as your daughter had that emotional reaction, everybody's this close to falling on the ground in tears because it's just been hit after hit.
And so, whatever we can do to help to turn that round would be just so important.
I think so. I think that has to be one of our big priorities when it gets to see what we do. I think another interesting thing too,
and to have a plan, Dave, to put a plan on the table and go, all right, everybody, yes, let's start working on what is the plan. What do we want to see? I know there's a town plan. So
there's also a community strategic plan which we have to get sorted by June next year. It can be just a tick box exercise. You get a consultant in, you get them to kind of draw up pretty one with lots of pictures. And you say, well, this is it from the side of the community. I want to do it differently.
Yes.
What I want to do is actually make sure that community strategic plan is a real community plan with real people involved and being involved in actually constructing it.
Yeah.
And I think that should be once again one of our big priorities is to actually have a real community strategic plan, not the pretend one I had.
Can I say something on that? I've just started looking at the thank you. The open space and recreation plan, and so that finishes. It's from 2018 to 22, and the first thing I noticed was the company that is from Wynnum in Queensland.
Yeah.
And so that's something I believe that we should be. So I don't know anything about them. I'm not having a go at them. But what I'm saying is, why shouldn't we procure locally? Someone from New South Wales, someone regional. We need people who understand.
We've probably got we've probably got great people here that would
Why can't we do it in-house?
Yes.
Now, we should at least be looking at that.
Yep.
Let's
Yeah. So that's right.
Let's do it ourselves.
So yes. So that, of course there is that thing.
Yeah.
It used to be that public servants did this work,
Yeah.
not that things were outsourced to consultants.
Yeah.
So it's a good point.
I think we need to be looking at that too. You know, how much stuff can we do in-house? You're talking about that with the toilet.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah. So, as you said before, the council used to manage the toilet. So I don't know the time frame of that, but what's been happening hasn't been working properly for the community. So
we just want
we
just want to know what are the details of the contract. Is there enough money being put to it? We know that everyone's frustrated with the condition of the toilets. So all right, it's cold now.
I think it's cold. So that's